What up, racer? It's Jerone here. New video, new track. Today we're here at Saudi Arabia at Jeddah for the second round of the FRL season, and I can confirm it will be a very chaotic race. That's of course due to basically in FRL nobody doing any practice for the races, and since it's a new track where basically no one has league raced on, it's just a great combination for chaos. Anyways, my strategy for qualifying was either qualifying in the top 5 or starting from the back of the grid. And, I basically did a Verstappen here and broke my front wing on one of my laps, but I wasn't planning on setting that lap anyways. Also, quick look at the standings. This is just basically confirmation from the final results of last race around Brazil. I possibly could have won that race, and if you want to know why, then click on the link in the top right. For now though, we're having a little look at qualifying. As you can see, for the top 5 you need to do basically low 27s, and I think the delta for my lap will be 28.8, which is an invalid lap I set on medium tires, so I need to find about a second and a half if I want to get into the top 5. So we're just gonna send it completely on this final run in qualifying. No valid time set so far. I think I invalidated 2 laps on the mediums and then, one where I also hit the wall on the softs, but I wasn't planning on setting that lap anyways. So going through turns 1 and 2, quite clean I would say. Then little straight down into turn 3, and this is just an amazing section of the track. Try to keep the throttle pinned through here, and not completely optimizing the track there, but it's very tough. Overall though, I think this is actually quite a clean first sector. And heading into this little hairpin, try to get on the power as early as possible, and whoops, little spinala, lol. So we're starting last. That's basically the conclusion here. Glad I managed to ghost, because otherwise Lars would have destroyed his car. On my car, would not have been optimal. But yeah, here you can see it. Just a horrendous attempt here in qualifying. And that means we're starting from the back of the grid. Well, actually, we're starting 17th, because 2 drivers have a quali ban. So we're not starting completely from the back of the grid, but we're not far off. And let's see if I can at least make a nice comeback drive on the alternative strategy. I'll be starting on the medium compounds, and yeah, let's see what we can do. It's Lars on pole, being the only driver to dip into the 1 minute 26s. Meanwhile, looking at the drivers around me, Yannick with a qualifying ban, he will most likely move up on the grid. Hopefully I will as well. Retro Grizzly grind around me, Chihuahua in front of me, and the 5 lights are off very quickly. And let's see, space opens up on the right hand side. Let's send it down there. Try to make up positions early on. Then heading into turn 2, a little bit of contact there with Chihuahua and Yannick. And in the end I couldn't get the traction down because I was too tight on the apex there. Meanwhile Chihuahua running off track a little bit. Can we do something? No, not really. Would have been a death sentence to try and send it down there. And well, we'll stay in P17 for now, as I already pick up my first warning of the race. Possibly could have put on the overtake here and try and overtake Chihuahua, but realistically I just want to try make a clean race here and just move up positions that way. Although I tried to be aggressive at the start, didn't really work out I guess. So for now we're just gonna try and stay with the soft runners, and let's try and overtake a couple of people, as we already have the first retirement of the race, and I think Krijn spun as well behind me. And we had the first virtual safety car of the race, so this is exactly what I'm expecting around a street circuit. Quite a lot of safety cars, virtual safety cars, etc. So that just means it's even more important to keep it clean. And someone who did not keep it clean was Khalifa, basically the winner from last race. Well, until I made my video, he was the race winner. Sorry Khalifa, my bad, but means I move up another position in this race, up to P16, and basically last in the DRS train. that leads from, I think, second all the way down to the bottom. As you can see, an Alpine is off, and that's tricky, so that means I get another free position. And we're skipping on quite a couple of laps till lap 7. Unfortunately, you can see I already picked up my 3-second time penalty. Not optimal. Not sure what Ron was doing, why he basically ran into the wall. But I guess that's a free position for me. In the meanwhile though, you can also see the McLarens up front are fighting and someone's peeling off into the pit lane. That's Kyle, also Jeroen and Kazizel with damage. And to really understand what happened, we will have to go to Ginger's absolutely goated commentary in a few moments. But in the meanwhile, you can also see the McLarens are still going at it, and they will go side by side through this sector, which is very difficult, and Symbolics I think does the right thing to back out. So let's head over to some amazing commentary.
Yeah, Kai with a lot of understeer. Concert definitely is gonna go for this overtake, I think. Ooh, there goes another piece of table. Oh, and they a lot of contact. What's gonna happen here? Did Cal hit the wall as well? It's so many cars. Oh, and Conso, Symbolics hit Conso. Symbolics into the wall, I think. What's happening here? What the yeah, so many, I have no clue, guys. It's in P7, that's all I know. 3XL P8, Chihuahua side by side with 3XL. Symbolics behind Chihuahua, and Chihuahua with a big snap. Both McLaren side by side. Are they gonna give each other room? Yeah, yes they are. Great racing here. No, Isha with a little moment, they make contact. Can Jerone profit from this? No, he can't.
I understand that Ginger wasn't able to give proper commentary on that one. Just too much happened. I guess that's what happens when two drivers make contact with each other and then another driver picks up damage as well. A double 3-wide situation. That was absolutely bonkers. In the meanwhile though, Aston Martin of 3XL looking slow, braking on the straight there. He got damage. He needed to get into the pit lane. Just about managed to avoid him. Meanwhile, Symbolics Chilu going at it. I want to have a say as well. Sending it down the inside. Then making sure I get to the corner. And there was no space there. Trying to open up the line to get good traction, but whoops. I may have lost front wing. Bit too eager on the traction, but in my defense I don't think my setup was really suited for this occasion. It was quite difficult on the traction, and I think overall I was lacking a bit of straight line speed as well. So I had tried a couple of overtakes before, but I just couldn't really do anything with my ERS, and yeah, typical racing driver excuses here, but I really don't think my setup was suited for this race. So that was the lap of shame, the lap of pain, and we're bolting on a set of softs. I'm actually not sure why I decided to put on softs at this stage. I just thought maybe let's just try and send it here, see what happens. And fortunately for me, I think 2 or 3 laps later, a safety car came out. I'm not sure who exactly retired. I think it might have been Krijn, but I'm not entirely sure. But it definitely helps me back into this race, as it was, of course, well, about 20 seconds behind everybody. And due to me putting on soft tires, I would have had to make a pit stop anyways. So I guess this is a good situation for me. So I'm gonna put on a fresh set of mediums, which is probably the best race tire around here. Well, I think both mediums and softs are quite decent, but when you need to go like 12-13 laps, it's probably the best to put on a fresh set of mediums. Ron messed up his pit stop, accidentally put on a set of hard tires, so that's why he was letting us go there. But because the safety car stayed out for no lap, I thought, you know what, let's just gamble on a set of, well, not fresh softs, because I used all my 3 sets, considering I put on a fresh set of softs at my last pit stop. But I think my tires have 2% wear, so it shouldn't be too bad. As we get ready for the restart, currently down in P12 somehow, still quite close to the points. Definitely gained a couple of positions already relative to my starting position, so that's good. Ron also on a set of softs, and I'm not entirely sure why I reacted this late, as there was also a back marker in the Red Bull in the way. And you can just see there, I'm not sure what was happening there at the apex, but Pricky was going extremely slow, and I had to make sure to take some avoiding action and ran a little bit deep there. But fortunately, my front wing is still on. In the meanwhile, you can see P10, Kyle, on a set of hard tires. Not sure why he thought it was the best idea to try and stay out on his hard tires after pitting for damage earlier on in the race. But let's see what he can do. In the meanwhile, you can also see Pricky challenging him on a fresh set of mediums. He's quite close as well. In the meanwhile, I'm definitely also not the only one that has a time penalty. Many other drivers have already picked up their time penalties, and you can just see Kyle was quite slow on these hard tires. Pricky definitely faster. I'm definitely faster as well. And you can see heading into turn 27 now. Kyle leaving the room on the inside for Pricky. Pricky gets quite poor traction, so let's see what I can do. Very close behind the Mercedes and the Alpine, and I'm squeezed right up until the wall, trying to brake as late as possible here, leave as much space as possible because we were going 3 wide. But I think some sort of incident had happened between me and Kyle there. I really tried to leave as much space as possible, but yeah, I don't think there was anything else I could do there. So managed to overtake both Pricky and Kyle, and we're up into 10th place in the race now, behind Heyoo in 9th and Konzo in P8 for the moment. Then I think 2 laps later I managed to catch back up to the DRS train, and you can see Heyoo putting on some pressure on Konzo, having a little look everywhere, and unfortunately I follow in Heyoo on his line, and both me and Heyoo hit the wall. I think my contact with the wall was a little bit more severe than Heyoo, but unfortunately I pick up wing damage there. Decided to let Jeroen go because he was just right behind me, and of course still with a front wing. Well, I still have a front wing, but it's damaged unfortunately. So I think Heyoo got lucky there. I shouldn't have followed in Heyoo on his line, and that means my race basically compromised now. I was really looking forward to try and make my way up the field on a fresh set of softs, but unfortunately it's not meant to be, and it just kind of means I have to try and make the most of this race. So you can also see DreXL once again picking up some damage, letting us all pass, and well, although we're a couple laps after my damage, I was definitely bleeding about a second a lap. I couldn't keep up the pace I had previously, and the fact that I'm still in DRS range is because everyone was fighting so hard and DreXL getting some damage. So at this point of the race it's just damage limitation. A couple of cars in front of me have more penalties than I have, so still wanted to try and stay as close as possible, but realistically I'm not gonna overtake anyone. But actually, saying that, Jeroen has picked up more severe damage than I have, so Konzo slipping down his inside, and now it's the battle of the Jeroens with both broken front, well, not completely broken, but damaged front wings. You can quite clearly see he's struggling way more. Once again smashing into the wall actually. So I'm gonna put on the overtake, go down the inside here. It's basically straight, so Jeroen was definitely not fighting this one. So means I'm up into 8th place in the race, and Chihuahua on, if I can read that correctly, 11 seconds of time penalties right now. Means I'll get that position, but actually he bottles it himself. So don't need to get it on time penalties, I'll just get it on track then. So even though I had wing damage for the last 7 laps, still managed to gain 4 positions somehow, and coming across the line, it's P7, won't gain any more places based on time penalties in the race here. But I can confirm Symbolix, who finished in P4, I think, yes, P4, he received 10 seconds on his race time. So in the end, finishing position P6. Conclusion on Jeddah, it's actually quite a cool racetrack with good overtaking opportunities into the last corner and the first corner. When someone gets damaged, it becomes absolute carnage. And yeah, a bit of a shame I couldn't really do much driving wise, but I think my overtake on the Alpine and the Mercedes was quite a cool one. If you enjoyed the video, leave a like and I'll see you for the next video. Bye bye.